The 2025 NFL Draft is officially in the books, and the Dallas Cowboys have made their picks. But while the draft addressed some areas, it left a few major question marks. That means it's time to shift focus to the next phase of roster building, free agency. And make no mistake, there are still some big names out there that could immediately help the Cowboys compete for a championship. Names like Amari Cooper, Nick Chubb, and Deebo Samuel Jr. are still on the market, and Dallas should be paying close attention. Let's start with the most familiar name, Amari Cooper. Yes, the same Amari Cooper who helped elevate Dak Prescott's game back in 2018. Cooper was released by the Browns after contract negotiations broke down, and while he's not the same player he was in his prime, he still posted over 1,000 receiving yards in 2024. That's more than any Cowboys wideout not named CeeDee Lamb. Dallas desperately needs a reliable WR2 behind Lamb, and Cooper fits that bill perfectly. The chemistry between Cooper and Dak is already there. That connection helped turn the Cowboys' offense into one of the league's most explosive units just a few years ago. With Brandon Cooks showing signs of age and Jalen Tolbert still inconsistent, bringing Cooper back would provide immediate stability. He's a polished route runner, knows the system, and can step in and contribute on day one. From a locker room perspective, Cooper was always known as a quiet leader. He let his game do the talking. With so many young players in the receiver room, his presence would bring a level of professionalism and experience that could be invaluable, especially as the Cowboys make a playoff push. If Dallas is serious about giving Dak every weapon possible, this reunion just makes too much sense. Now let's shift to the backfield, where things are even murkier. After letting Tony Pollard walk in free agency and failing to draft a true feature back, the Cowboys are left with a running back room full of question marks. Rico Dowdle, Deuce Vaughn, and newly drafted Malak Brown are all intriguing in their own ways, but none are proven starters in the NFL. Enter Nick Chubb. Chubb is currently recovering from a major knee injury, but when healthy, he's one of the most powerful and productive backs in the league. He averages over 5 yards per carry for his career and has multiple 1,000-yard seasons under his belt. If the Cowboys' medical staff is confident in his recovery timeline, this could be the steal of the offseason. Adding Chubb would give the Cowboys a true bell cow back, something they haven't had since the prime Ezekiel Elliott days. His physical running style would mesh well with what Mike McCarthy wants to do on offense. Control the clock, dominate time of possession, and keep opposing offenses off the field. Chubb would be the engine behind that strategy. Not only would Chubb help on the field, but he would also take pressure off Dak Prescott. The Cowboys' offense has too often been one-dimensional, relying heavily on the passing game. Chubb's presence would force defenses to stack the box, opening up play-action opportunities and giving Dak a chance to operate with more favorable looks. It's the kind of balance that could turn Dallas into a legitimate Super Bowl contender. Of course, there's always risk with players coming off injury. But Chubb's work ethic and history of bouncing back are well known. He's a grinder, a leader, and the kind of player who sets the tone in the locker room. Signing him would be a bold move, but it's the kind of bold move championship teams make. Now let's talk defense. The Cowboys made some solid picks in the draft to bolster their secondary, but depth at cornerback remains a concern. Stephon Gilmore is still unsigned, Trayvon Diggs is coming off injury, and Darren Bland can't do it all by himself. That's why Deebo Samuel Jr. should be on the Cowboys' radar. Samuel is coming off a solid season with the Chargers, where he showed the ability to play inside or outside and match up with some of the league's best receivers. He brings speed, quickness, and a nose for the football. At just 25 years old, he's entering the prime of his career, and he could be a perfect fit in Dan Quinn's aggressive defensive scheme. With Diggs still rehabbing and Gilmore's future uncertain, the Cowboys need a plug-and-play starter at corner. Samuel could fill that role immediately. His ability to play man or zone makes him versatile, and his experience in big games like the playoff showdown against Jacksonville in 2023, where he had 3 interceptions, shows he can step up when it matters most. The Cowboys have the cap space to make 1 or 2 big moves. They also have a core group of stars: Dak, CD, Parsons, and Diggs, who are entering or already in their primes. The window to win is open, but it won't stay open forever. Free agency is where championship rosters are completed. Dallas can't afford to sit on their hands. Amari Cooper brings chemistry and sure hands. Nick Chubb brings toughness and balance to the offense. Deebo Samuel Jr. brings speed, youth, and versatility to a secondary in transition. These aren't luxury additions. These are needs. If the Cowboys want to make a statement to their fans, to the rest of the league, and to their own locker room, it's time to act. The 2025 draft laid the foundation. Now it's time to build the rest of the house. Cowboys Nation has waited long enough. It's time to make the moves that turn potential into reality. Cooper, Chubb, Samuel. Let's go get them.